The Lord is raising us up to know who we really are and to know who our enemy is. And when the time comes, raise us up and give us the power over Esau. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yeah, Con. Read that again.
Con. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Yeah, well, that's Esau's modus operandi, man. His MO, you know, throughout history, you know. And that's what he did when he came over here to the land of the tribe of Gad and tribe of Reuben, man. You know.
Issachar as well.
Issachar.
See, we got to put it together. We got to change, not change it, but clarify it. Issachar, Gad, and Reuben, and Ephraim, because Ephraim and Simeon was all in the Caribbean. Right. That's all a part of so-called North America. Issachar was here too. Mexico and all that in South America, this is all connected. We could drive from here to South America.
Yeah.
Y'all know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could drive right into South America, Central America.
Go through Mexico and then go down.
Yeah, that's right through Mexico, right on down. We could drive down into Peru.
Yeah.
Okay, we could drive there. So this is connected. So Issachar, and there were no borders. We didn't form borders, man.
Yeah.
You had land, like people, it was the thing, okay, well, these are our hunting grounds. You knew what properties belonged to certain people, like, you know, out of respect. Like, okay, well, look, that tribe over there, we know that that's their hunting grounds. Right. And that's where they do their thing, we do our thing here. And if you crossed it, there would have been a problem. But there was really no thing of, because we traded. Trade was big. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the times the tribes crossed through the land freely. Like, okay, we made trade, we made peace. And of course, you know, when you're dealing with Jake, you had assholes. But there was we didn't set up borders and say, look, you can't come through here. There was no borders.
Tariffs.
So Issachar was mingling freely amongst Gad and Reuben and all that, man. Because the so-called Aztec Empire reached all the way up into like the Americas, man. Because California, Texas, Colorado,
that's right.
New Mexico, Texas, that was all so-called Mexico at one time. That was so-called Mexico. So Issachar, they're so-called Native Americans. California, that was all so-called Mexico. So this dude Trump talking about illegal aliens. The Mexicans are Native American.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They look like Indians. Yeah. They are so-called Indians. This is their land too.
That's right.
But this goddamn devil talking about, the Mexicans, the illegal aliens. The Mexicans are so-called Native Americans.
That's right.
Incredible.
That's true. That's true. Indigenous people.
Thank you. What'd you say?
Indigenous people of the land.
Of this land. Primarily, the mainland. Because they were walking around out here. In Texas, Colorado, California.
Yep.
They were here. Their ancestors were here. They're indigenous people to this land. So the so-called Mexicans are American Indians. But this devil, because they were conquered by the Spanish, and they were taught, and then the white man is the one who stole the land when they defeated General Santa Anna and that whole thing with the Alamo, that faggot, Davy Crockett and them faggots, and all them faggots, and then Issachar put them to death. Yeah. They got put to death, because General Santa Anna, and Esau always makes him out to be a villain. That dude, General Santa Anna, really the reason he was coming against the Esau, because they were trying to, when they came out to the Texas territory, they didn't want slavery there. General Santa Anna, they was against slavery. And they didn't want Esau bringing slavery into the territory. Because he wanted that, look, man, we ain't dealing with that slavery shit. That was, no, we don't want this to be a slave territory. That's why they were coming against Esau, the white man. Santa Anna and Mexico said, no, we don't want that coming here. We don't want slavery here. We don't want this to be a slave territory. And that's what really started the tensions. Okay?
That's a good point that your pastor made too. Because you had a Judite and some so-called slaves and slaves that went down into Mexico and was fighting with Issachar, man, against the so-called white man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to go into the history of it.
Not to cut you. I want you to, when a lot of Negroes that were different, you would run north to Canada or you would run into Florida amongst the Seminole, Miccosukee, or you would run into Mexico. A lot of Jakes, when they would escape slavery, would try to dip to Mexico.
That's right.
Okay, it was outlawed in Mexico, man. You know.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you know, so the tribes, so you had Judah and Issachar, and you know, fighting together against the so-called white men, but they don't want to push that out because they're all about divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't want the tribes to come together, right? But yeah, like the Apostle Tars, like the Apostle Ricard said, you had his words are smoother than butter, but war's in his heart. You had the conquistadors come down there talking about they come in peace and we come to bring Jesus, and then what did they do? They cut them into pieces, exactly, and they stole the natural resources of the land and put the Native Americans, Issachar, Zebulon, Simeon, you know, all right, Asher, Naphtali, all right, was all conquered by who? The so-called white man. But when they came in so-called peace. And of course, when you get to Gad and Reuben, which are the North American Indians of North America, all right, and Canada, what did they do? They came in the same way, man. You know, Gad helped them to survive through the winter. He had diseases. Gad had certain herbs to help him with the diseases. All right, they gave him the understanding of how to cultivate the land. All right. So go ahead, brother. Read that again.
Right. This is back in Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
And that's the modus operandi of the so-called white man. Just like Trump now, man. Trump lying talking about he gonna make America great again, man. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because America's gonna be destroyed according to the word of the Lord, man.
That's right.
All right. He's talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring jobs and the economy is at an all-time high. That's another lie, man.
Yeah.
The economy is in the toilet, man.
That's right.
All right. You know, go ahead, brother.
It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, they are drawing swords. You know why? Because what's the plans of the elites? The plans of the elites is the what? Bring everybody and have them take the RFID chip, man. All right. What is his plans? To bring total martial law, man. All right. And then Trump go and take a little black girl and kiss her. Oh, she's so beautiful. Look at her, man. They all about destroying the nation of Israel, man. And it's evident, you know. But his words are smoother than butter and softer than oil. But yet it is drawing swords, man. And the sword is one of the major ways that the Most High is going to use to kill 2/3 of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The scriptures say he shall be as madmen sparing none, man. All right. That's Esau's blessing, the sword. All right. Go ahead, brother.
He knows it on that.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah, Trump is a real demon. Like, I saw something on YouTube. You know, I come across everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
There was a thing that he pardoned. I guess it's maybe not too long back. He finally pardoned a dead man. How you gonna pardon a man that's dead? After the damage is already done. You got a man, he didn't die over 100 years, maybe almost close to 80 years ago. The man been dead for 80 something years maybe. Right? Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Remember Jack Johnson? They because back there in the turn of the century, the turn of the 20th century, the turn of the 19th century, like, the turn of the 19th century.
Right, yeah.
You know, the early 1900s, you had Jack Johnson running around, and Esau came against it. He was popping the Edomite women. So they actually created a law called the Mann Act, and that law is still in effect. If you take a woman across state lines, that's a crime. So they should lock my. I didn't took women, white women.
He said,
I'm guilty. Maybe so. You're guilty of that. The men, if they wanted to enforce that, they could, because they did it. Because Jack Johnson had them white women, and he was taking them to different places and popping them. So they actually prosecuted them for it. That's why they took they had stripped them of the title and all that. So Trump finally gave a pardon to Jack Johnson. And he had Jack Johnson's descendants in the White House, and he had that nigga Deontay Wilder up in there. He's an Uncle Tom, man. He was up in there smiling and grinning. And then, this is my friend, the current WBC champion, Deontay Wilder. And then, this is Jack Johnson's great niece, grandniece, and all. And I'm gonna pardon the wrong. He's already dead. He's not here to enjoy it. The man, he's been dead for maybe 70, 80 years.
Pardon him now.
Yeah, now you're gonna give him a pardon. See, that's the devil, man. More thing to put shit on Jake to say, oh, the white man's okay. No, the white man ain't okay. And the majority of these Edomite cops, they all hate Jake. I saw something up, man. And then look, man, that's the thing. There's all the tribes. Because out west and like down south and out west they killing, like just how they killed Judah or Ephraim, they killing Gad. It's the same thing. I know, I've been there, but it's happening now. I seen shit online. Police shoots Native American. They're killing Gad like flushing the toilet. They, the out west and shit, them fucking racist Edomite cops. They just like out there. Gad is the niggas out there. I'm telling y'all the truth. They see an Indian driving in the car, they profile him, pull him over. That's how it is out west, in Canada, and down south. Predominantly where Gad be, it's the same routine. Different tribes, same routine. Just like here, you see a Negro in the car, the cop get behind him. They do the same thing. You see out west, see an Indian driving in the car, the cop get behind him, pull him out, beat him down, maybe shoot him. A lot of so-called Native American women up in Canada and out west turn up missing. Well, we brought out the thing, they got this human sex trafficking thing where they just snatching up women, but they love our women in particular. Esau, this devil, they got the Illuminati, they got all kind of things going on out here, man. Snatching women up, and they might send them out to China as a slave or Mexico as a sex slave or whatever, man. Brother, the devil is ruling. The so-called white man is the devil, and he is in power right now. He's about to lose his power, and that's why they're coming against us, because we bringing out the scriptures, and he knows that what we're saying is the truth. Okay? Go ahead, man.
I got some. Khan, this is Zechariah 11:5. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Yeah, and who's our possessors right now? The so-called white man. All right? He's killing so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Sacrificing them cold blood, man. Okay? And when they go to court, what happens? No justice, no peace. Ain't no justice in this damn place, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans looking for justice from the damn devil, from the so-called white man, man. you listen, the scriptures say who possesses slay them and hold themselves not guilty, man. So they're going to keep on killing more so-called Negroes. They're going to keep killing more so-called Latinos. They're going to keep on killing so-called more Native Americans. And they're going to get off, man. All right? Because that's the curses that the Most High put on the nation of Israel, what? For breaking his law, statutes, and commandments. But there's a flip side to it. This devil is going to go down, man. All right? So it says, who possesses slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, who sold us? All right? Now, we can't forget about the heathen nations.
Yeah,
all right?
The heathens, man.
Yeah, we can't forget about
them heathens.
Them Hamites.
Yeah,
we can't forget about them Arabs.
Yeah. You
know?
See, I always push that too, man. That we can't forget about these other nations, man.
That's right.
Because they had equal part in this shit. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They had equal part in it, man. But the main devil who we're under captivity under is the so-called white man. All right? Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Like Moab got to fucking pay, man.
That's right.
Lord willing, through the Spirit, when the Lord raised us, I can't wait to get my hands on Moab, because Moab is some proud bastards. Moab, they got a lot of shit to pay for. Okay, you know, man, you be in there, all the years you eating that garbage crap they're feeding us, the Chinese. They poison Jake. Moab really hate Jake, and they, man.
Yeah, they're just making money off of Jake.
These ham.
Oh, fuck it up.
Who Jake want to be? Them Hamites hate the fuck out of Judah, man.
Yeah.
They hate the fuck out, primarily Judah. They hate Judah, boy.
Yeah.
You nigga. Them low-life, filthy Africans, man. Ishmael hate, but
yeah,
Jake,
all them Arabs,
they want to
man.
be Muslim. But the damn Arab, like we used to bring this out back in the One West days. You niggas, you talking about Assalamu alaikum, but then the Arab will give you a ham sandwich when if he believes in the Quran and Allah, he's not supposed to touch. He's not supposed to touch pork. But them motherfucking Arabs, they call themselves Muslims in the corner store in the the hood where Jake lived. They will sit there and prepare you a ham and cheese sandwich, man.
Yeah. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about you being a Muslim, man.
I just seen it with my own eyes. A simple-minded nigga Muslim will go in the store and say, Assalamu alaikum to them damn Arabs. They ignore his fucking ass, man. You know? It says, who possesses slave them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell
Hey,
them.
we know or we knew one chick that hated them Arabs, boy. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
yeah.
He wanted
Your
to serve
man,
him.
yeah, he wouldn't kill him right there, man.
Hey, at least he was in the right spirit, man. This
Yeah,
old
yeah,
Jake
man.
we knew, hey man, he wanted to kill him some
He
Arabs.
wanted to kill him some Arabs bad, boy. In front of the cops and everything.
Yeah, because maybe in a past life,
Yeah.
Ishmael probably really did something bad to him.
Right.
Ishmael, remember Ishmael was the ones that were grabbing Jake up with Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in his past life, Ishmael, like his spirit, probably a part of his spirit remembers that, or remembered that. They probably raped this woman in front of him, grabbed him, threw him in slavery, killed, you know? Yeah, man. But then you got to remember, even going back prior to that, during the time of Muhammad, when that dude Muhammad came into power, they was actually killing Jake. It goes back before the slave trade. Well, that was a slave trade too. That's why a lot of these niggas become Muslims, because in their past life, when Muhammad was in power, Muhammad was putting Jake in slavery. So the Arabs, the Ishmaelites, the slave trade went further back before that time, just in so-called Africa.
Can I back you up, Apostle?
You know what I just read recently, even went back to as far as when Joseph got sold into slavery into Egypt. The brothers, our brothers, the 12 tribes, which are Reuben, Benjamin, Levi, and so on. Well, not Benjamin, he was the last one born, but they sold their brother Joseph into slavery to Ishmael.
Yep.
And Ishmael grabbed him up and, went into, if you go into the story of Joseph, and the dreams he had, and that's the book of Genesis, just to back up how far Ishmael, the Arabs was,
Yeah, because Ishmael was always into the slave trade. The Ishmaelites, which are the so-called Arabs, back up a little bit, brother, just a little bit, a little right. The Ishmaelites, them goddamn Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, they go back to the biblical times. They was always big slave traders, man. Ishmael was always into the slave trade.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because remember, Ishmael brought Joseph from the rest of the brothers, and they sold him into captivity into Egypt. You know? So them Ishmaelites, so they gonna go into slavery. Ishmael, you goddamn so-called Arabs, y'all gonna be in some goddamn, because all these generations, y'all always like to put people in slavery. We're gonna see how y'all handle slavery, man.
That's right.
Ishmael gonna get their ass whooped in slavery. When the Lord raises us up, hey, he that leadeth from the captivity, that don't just apply to Esau.
That's right.
The Assyrians had us in captivity. All the Persians and the Medes, which is Elam and Japhet. So all these other nations had us in captivity at one time or another, man. Israel been in captivity under all these nations, man. Even Moab had us in captivity.
Yeah.
All the nations had a piece of us. So I know, man, we love this devil. We love to get our hands on this devil, but we got to remember these other nations too, man. We got to get our hands on these other nations. These other nations, you're going to always be in captivity under us. Even after the 1,000 years of Esau being exterminated, we're going to still, we're going to let y'all go into your land, but y'all going to still be our slaves, man.
Tribute.
You're going to pay tribute onto us. You're going to be released into your own lands, but we're going to still be able to put our foot up your ass if we feel like it.
Sure.
Okay? If we want your daughters, man, we're going to still come and take them. You know? And ain't a damn thing y'all going to be able to do about it to stop us either, man. Okay?
That's right. That's right. That's right. We
see a fine Ishmaelite
Yeah.
and
Of age.
and the Ishmaelite dude may think about wanting to be like, nah, nigga, that's my woman, man.
Yeah, we gonna know their thoughts.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Got a precept?
Yeah, brother. Let me finish this right quick. It says, who possess and slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord. Yeah, because that's what the so-called white man said when he said, blessed be Satan. All right, he didn't say the Lord because, you know, he doesn't believe in the Most High. All right, but said, blessed be the Lord, because he knew it was his time for his rulership, man. All right, for I am rich, and they got mad riches off of the nation of Israel on the whole. All right, the whole 12 tribes, man. All right, it says, for their own shepherds pity them not. Yeah, these pulpit preachers, Farrah clown, you know, pre-flow dollar, you know, Sharpton, you know, TD Snakes, you know. Why? Because they out to make money, man. They out to deceive you and lie to you and make money for the so-called fucking white man, man. And for their own damn bellies.
For lucre's sake.
Yup, for filthy lucre's sake, man. All right, good guy, brother.
Con.
Shalak. This is Isaiah. I'm gonna start at the first verse 14, verse 1. For Yahweh thy power will cause will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers will be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Israel.
Well, the strangers is talking about the Israelite foreigners. Okay, meaning the strangers gonna be joined unto us, meaning the ones of our people that are dispersed, that all these other idiots that we teaching about the Israelite foreigners, they gonna be joined on to us, meaning the strangers, our people. The strangers of Israel that are amongst the nations are gonna come back into the fold. Okay?
Right.
Verse 2.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their places, and the house of Israel shall possess them.
Now that right there is the other nations. Okay?
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
The them is talking about the other nations. That part is talking about the other nations. We ain't gonna possess other Israelites. We're gonna possess the heathen.
And possess them in the land of Yahweh thy power for servants and handmaids.
Yeah, that's right, man, because we're gonna have the servants and handmaids, the other nations, as they had us. As they have us up unto this day.
That's right.
We're not free, man. How the fuck are you free? Like I said, you have the illusion of freedom, and you gotta know the illusion of freedom. We know the difference between, this Gadite in the movie said it, man, John Trudell. We know the difference between the reality of freedom and the illusion of freedom. Our people, the 12 tribes, you are under the illusion of freedom. We know we are in captivity. If I'm free, then I should be able to get in my car. That's Satan. And it's probably more than likely how much you want to bet. It's not a white boy.
Nah,
it's a simple-minded Dominican or Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
You know, because our people, everything is everything is folly. Folly. But then if the Spirit of the Lord make them tip over that car into these trees, then that's not funny. Or if they get up the road and some cops pull up behind them and blast them, and it might happen. You see, because it's gonna get to a point where people that come against us or all that little stupid shit, the angels is just gonna start rolling on people, man. We know the difference between the reality of freedom, man. We know, because I should be able to get in my car. If I get in my car and I'm driving around and it's 3 o'clock in the morning just driving around the neighborhood, why? Because maybe I got insomnia and I can't sleep, and I'm like, fuck it, man, let me get out and just go for a ride, get some fresh air. But if I do that, I know damn well, some way, somehow, some fucking cop, some cracker cop, or maybe even some Uncle Tom cops gonna roll up behind me and pull me over. Hey, what you doing, man? But it's kind of suspicious. I said, well, look, I don't know. You're just driving around. Where you going? Where you going? I'm a grown fucking man. Well, I got to tell you where I'm going. As long as I'm at this moment, am I breaking any laws? You see? But then if you argue with them, I'll get out the car. So you're not free. We're not free.
Precept. This is Psalms 23:4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And going into the valley of the shadow of death, where is that? That's here in America, man. You know? You can't drive a nice car in this goddamn country
Yep.
without getting fucking pulled over, which just happened to me earlier.
Oh yeah, cop pulled you over.
Yeah,
Was he
pulled me
following
over
right here?
Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, he,
Oh damn.
he
Okay.
I
pulled
saw
me
his
over
ass,
right
man.
there, man. Hey, ask the elder, man. I was at the 2-stop sign. I stopped. I waited.
Yeah.
Second one, I stopped. I waited, and he still came behind me, man.
I saw him.
You know,
Well, that proves what we're going through now. And this brother went through it.
right? Just now, I'm living.
So what
proof of
happened?
that,
What
man.
did he do?
He basically nitpicking little things, man. First, he pulled me over for my tints, and then he pointed out that little bit of peel off my inspection sticker.
Edomite,
Like,
right?
yeah,
Come on,
of course.
man.
He said that's a violation. You can't have that. And then he takes my license and registration. So I'm looking for my PBA card. And once I showed him the PBA card, he's like, "I was just gonna let you off with a warning anyway." No, you wasn't.
Yeah.
No, you wasn't. You gonna write up a fucking
What's the
ticket,
PBA
man.
code? What's that?
PBA card, when you know, I have a lot of, like, I don't want to say it's on camera, but
Okay,
hey,
okay.
yeah, mess no.
Oh, okay. Well,
But yeah,
okay.
you
Oh,
know,
I'll say it.
I know.
Well, I got pull. I'm always gonna pull up some dumb shit. I pull up my PBA card. This PBA say like someone, a family member, someone you
There's nothing
know.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
So what? So
Someone-
I got family members that are cops
Yeah,
and
they
shit
write a
like
card
that.
for you. Yeah.
I got family members. I don't got one of those. I should get one.
I don't got, but somebody I know somebody. You know, again. Actually, I'll say like this. When I was working for HVAC, I worked in a guy's unit, and he was a correction officer.
Okay.
He used to be a cop, so he said, "Yeah, man, thanks for helping me out. Here's a card." You know?
Okay.
You know, and
Yeah,
that's what that is.
Yeah, I got so-called family members. I don't really talk to them like that, but I got a cousin who was a cop, cousins that are cops and shit. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Yeah, so what? You got, niggas, man, fuck, man, the scoff. We don't pay attention to them scoffers no more, man.
Yeah.
Scriptures do say use the world and not
Use the
abuse
world
it,
is not
man.
abusing the world. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So yeah, you know, once I showed him the card, and I told him, he asked me where does he work. I said, listen, I don't know, you know. And then he kind of looked at me like, and I said, you want me to call him? He's like, nah, man. And he gave me it back and said, yeah, I was just gonna let you off with a warning anyway. But you know, and also the valley of shadow of death going into, man.
Yeah, we in the depth. Yeah, kind
Going into.
because they're raped. Because he Edomite cop. Because we got to remember Trump. The Lord set this devil Trump up, which Trump is a clown. But he invoked that spirit. I mean, it never left. It was always in Esau. But when Trump came in, he brought that spirit. Fuck this politically correct shit. Fuck taking shit. These niggas. But that was the Lord to bring back that hate.
That's right, yeah.
To spark that hatred back up in Esau. So these cops, basically in their mind, we got the green light to roll on these niggas and kill them. And fuck with them because they fuck these niggas. That's where it's at now.
Yeah, but you see how the cop was looking at the side of the window.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
looking all, you know what I'm saying? He's looking at the side, you know?
That's why I
You know,
roll all
we
the
be
windows down for him, man.
that's right.
You know, so you know, like that's the thing too, brothers. When cops pull you over, man. Listen, man. Use wisdom, man.
Yeah, God.
Roll every goddamn window down.
let 'em see everything.
Let them see everything, man. Show them. Basically, that's showing, man. I ain't hiding nothing from you, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay calm as hell, man. You know, don't think, fuck, man. Fuck out, don't do that shit.
Is it because I'm black?
Yeah, that's like, because I'm black. Of course, because you black, man. And that's how you get blown away, man.
Of course, what do you think? Like that's gonna make a difference to him? That's just gonna incite the demon in him more. They want that. They want the simple, because in their mind, all niggas are animals, which, you know what? The cops, I mean, I live amongst grimy niggas. I live in a low ghetto. Lord willing, I'm gonna get the fuck out of where I'm living soon, Lord's apparatus out. But in a way, Esau is kind of right about certain things. These fucking niggas are animals, man. Okay? A lot of you niggas are animals, man. You know?
Beasts.
But us, the men of wisdom, we're different than them. So like the brother's saying, well, yeah, agree with the scripture says what? I agree with thine adversary. Wild start out in the way with him. Because you will pay the uttermost farthing. The minute you get locked up, then brothers or somebody got to come bond you out. Then you get a case over some dumb shit. You be mad, you know what you do? You put curses on them after. I mean, years ago, we used to get into it with the cops, but the Lord was with us. You know, I mean, years ago, but it was a different time. You know?
It was a different time back
It
then.
was a different, you know, hey man, we used to curse cops out and put curses on them right in front of their face and, and shit and all that, man. Curse them out, call them pigs. But it was a different time, and overall, the Lord was with us. But now the time we in, we got to really more so use wisdom. I want to finish up on that.
Yeah, man. But pretty much, you know, going this, man, you gotta use wisdom when these cops pull you over, man. Don't show no type of aggression, man. Stay as calm as you can, man. And always sending prayers up in your head, man. Like pray to the Lord, like, yo, let me escape this, man. You know, and they'll I remember years ago, Elder Einat was speaking about that, man. You know, when the cops pull you over, man, what the fuck you need, man? What the fuck you want, man? Man, just cut all that bullshit out, man. Cut that tough guy shit out, man. Talk to them civilized, man.
Yeah.
You know? And that blew him away. That threw him off. It's like, cause he had the other one playing Mr. Silent Cop.
Yeah, he was looking on my side, looking all in the side, looking like, you know.
You just gotta use wisdom, man.
Yeah, because in their mind, all niggas are criminals, and every single black man or Hispanic is a criminal. They got guns, but you know what? These niggas I gotta go back to the 2/3, because I'm gonna be honest, that's probable cause. I know they probably got guns, or they probably got warrants, because niggas don't go to court. Niggas don't go to court, man. A dumb nigga will have a court, or they hide, they partying, or they just don't go. And then when you don't go, you get a bench warrant. It's the truth, man. Well, read the scripture, being that you speaking on that.
Right. Back in Psalms, the 23rd chapter, it says,
scripture, agree with thine adversary.
Yeah. It says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, which is here in America, man. Because you get blown away any fucking minute, man. You know? You gotta understand, man. The so-called he runs the world right now, man.
That's right.
The Most High gave him that power, man.
Yeah.
And we was going through the same thing back in Egypt, man. With the Egyptians, when they was beating the hell out of us, you know, and
they had the power.
They had the power, you know. So it says,
hey, that's why I always say to brothers through the Spirit of the Lord, before you leave the house, when you first get in your car, before you pull off, send up them prayers.
Right,
Brother, that's a part of my prayers every day.
I've been doing it since you said it.
I pray for forgiveness. I pray the Lord keep His Holy Spirit. Okay, we will keep the Holy Spirit. And I pray, I said, Lord, protect me from these wicked, evil cops. I actually said that. Protect me from these wicked, evil cops. Protect me from these wicked, evil niggas, and protect me from these cops. Because the spirit of Satan is rolling with them, man.
Say one thing too?
Yeah, that's the way
You know, because the scripture say, he that pleaseth the Most High, you know, the Most High make your enemies at peace with you, you know. So if you doing it right, I'm not saying it verbatim, but you know, quoting it right. But basically, that's what the scripture, you know, is saying. So if you pleasing the Most High, you know, these cops or these niggas that's against you, man, the Most High make them at peace with you, man. All right, because they're the most. Hey, the Most High got the angels protecting us. All right. Okay. And with that, you know, say shalom and death to America.
Shalom.
Death to America.